Hi everybody, welcome back to our drawing class. Today we're going to be drawing Olaf from the Frozen movie. I think you guys will really like this one. So when we start, we're going to start with Olaf's head. His head is the biggest part, and then his body, they get smaller and smaller as we go to the bottom of the page. And then don't forget you need room at the top of the page for his hair. So I'm going to start here just a little ways down from the top. And I'm going to start with a good curve up here. So I'm going to give a good curve at the top of his head. And then what we're going to do is pull it down just a little bit on each side. So I'm going to pull down and stop. And then over here, this line's going to be a little bit longer. So I'm going to pull down past my other line and stop. Good. And then we're going to add some lines over here that curve outward. That's going to be where his nose and his mouth come. So I'm going to start just inside of this line, just barely. And I'm going to come out. And I'm going to hook down and around just like that. Good. And then we're going to come downward again from that same line. So right here at the tip, come straight down, diagonal inward. And there's Olaf's head. Good. We're going to do the other side of his head over here. So from this line, I'm just going to curve straight down again, inward, about even with my first line. And then we're going to close it off. Give it a little curve there. Can you see it starting to form? So what we're going to do is give him a smile. So this one is going to start right here from this corner that we did. We're just going to push that line up a little bit. And then we're going to come down just a tad from the same line, and we're going to give a big smile across his face. So that's like his upper lip. And then we're going to give a line here, right in the middle. So he's smiling at us. Now Olaf has that really big one tooth. So from his little line of his mouth, we're just going to give a big rectangle tooth, but you want to curve the edges. Good. So then while we're here in the middle is going to be his nose. Now his carrot is kind of crooked. So I'm going to start here with just a little curve. So I'm about even with that little point in his head right there. And then I'm going to curve down and over to the side. Good. And then I'm going to give a point here and come back. And then I'm going to curve up, continue my line there. So there's his carrot nose. Then we're going to give him some eyes. So he needs a circle. Same thing over here, circle. And they're kind of touching. They're touching his nose as well. And then on the inside of both of those, you need one more circle. There's my circle. One more. Good. You can color those in. And then he has eyebrows, so I'm just going to give him a line that kind of curves all the way around his eye over here. And then a line up. And from that point, we're going to curve down, same thing, straight across, curve down, and give it a touch at the point right there. And then same eyebrow, but on this side, going the other direction. So I'm just going to do my line, curve it around his eye, go up, and then same thing, curve out, down, touch to that point. So there's his two eyebrows. And then he needs one more line from his eye to his side of his head. It's going to be like his little cheek there. So we're just going to give him that big cut out frowny face. And there's your Olaf face. So we're going to come up here and give him some hair. His hair is the little sticks that comes out. So we're just going to draw some skinny little lines. There's one. The next one is going to be kind of similar, except I'm going to curve up and stop, because then we're going to go outward like an R shape. Come back in and down. I kind of made that lowercase r. And then the other one, we're going to do a lowercase r, but it's going to be backwards. So I'm going to do my line straight up, down, and stop. And then I want to curve out, back around, down to his head. There's your Olaf hair. Move down a little bit. So we're going to work on his body. There are a couple of lines that I won't be able to erase because I'm using my marker today, but I'll let you know which ones if you're using a pencil. If you are not using something that you can erase, it's okay. You can color on top of it. It's going to be his arm, and his arm is brown because it's a stick. So the first line that we need is his the first bump of his body. So I'm going to start here by the tip of his neck, and I'm just going to give a little curve all the way back up into his other side of his head. And then we need one more big one. This one's going to be bigger than this one because it's the bottom of his body. All the way around and back up. Good. And then we can come back up here and we can add his arm. So this first one's going to be kind of going out, and it's going to be waving at us. So what I'm going to draw is this little wiggle line here because sticks aren't straight. And then I'm going to follow here all the way across. Then you can close it off. And then we're going to give him 4 fingers. So just little round, very skinny U shapes. 1, 2, 3, 4. There he is waving at us. Now, if you are using a pencil and you want to erase that line to show that his fingers and hand are connected, you're more than welcome to. One more arm over here. So I'm just going to give a little upside down U shape. And then on both sides, I'm going to extend down into the bottom part of my body, and I'm just going to give it a little wiggle because remember, sticks aren't straight. There it is. And then I'm going to close it off and give him his 4 fingers. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's his second arm. That right there is his body line that you might want to erase if you're using a pencil today. And then we're going to give him his little spots here. So a circle right underneath his head in that first body. And then in his second one, we're going to give 2 more. 1, 2. These little buttons. And then we're going to give him little feet down here. So I'm going to do that little rectangle with the curved, just like his tooth. You want to give a curved one. And then I'm going to connect these 2 feet. See how they're touching right there in that line? And there's your Olaf. Your last step to do is color. He's got brown arms, brown hair. I think his eyebrows are black, the inside is black, and his nose is orange. And the rest of him is white because he's a snowman. You did a good job. Thank you for drawing with me today.